This is my current setup. So that was my current setup now, and actually the only thing I started with in this setup was the boom arm. I have my Xbox that I used under one of my monitors, don't hate me, but I actually don't use it anymore. I only really play the games on PC. So yeah, the only thing I had when I first started was this boom arm. Everything else has been updated along the way, not upgraded. It's been gotten. It's been got. You got? I don't know. Either way, I got it at some point. So today I wanted to talk to you about how I kind of went about upgrading my stream, what I started with, how I upgraded it, the order I went in, all of that, you know? I think that so far I've really liked the upgrades that I've made, and there's definitely more upgrades that I want to continue to make. I think that I've been really smart in how I've upgraded my stream, and not all of it is actually technical, which we'll get to later in the video, so stay tuned. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the stuff and show you what I started with, and we'll talk about what I upgraded, how I upgraded it, and everything. I'm just gonna go down the line. When I first started streaming, actually no, let me tell you about the room I started in. So now I currently have a home office where I stream in, I make all the content in, and I do all that stuff here. And I've loved having this stream office. This was a huge upgrade, moving apartments from a 1-bed to a 2-bed so that I would be able to have that extra room and space to make better content. But initially, what I did is I actually started in actually it was supposed to be a fireplace, and the fireplace wasn't there. So I think of like a living room, a normal living room, and then where the fireplace maybe would be, instead of having the actual fireplace, you have an indent. That is how big of a space I started streaming in. I'm 5'1", all right? My arm span, it's nothing. I got little limbs. I'm like a little limbed person, right? And I could touch like this. It was like this wide of space that I had to work with. And I'll actually put a video right here of something that I recorded on my phone so that you can kind of see it as we're talking about it. But it was super narrow. I started with only this stuff. And every single time, my desk actually just barely fit. I mean, barely fit. I had to unscrew the bottom pieces of the legs in order to make it fit, actually. And every time I went to go stream, I had to crawl underneath the desk to get up and stream. And every time I went to the bathroom, guess what? Yo, girl was crawling back underneath the desk to go to the bathroom during stream and then coming back. And so every time I would come back from the bathroom during stream, I'd pop up. Hello, how's it going? I just went to the bathroom. Every single time was like that. It was honestly so funny. But you know what? You gotta start with what you have, and you gotta make do with whatever you can, right? And so that's what I started with. Technology-wise, hardware-wise, I started gaming. I didn't have a monitor. True, I had no monitor. The only thing I had was this, and it's called a Vanguard by Games, and it's GAEMS. Honestly, super cool. They have newer and updated versions, but this one's pretty old. Essentially, it looks like a briefcase. I don't know if when you saw me setting it up, I kind of plopped it down, I opened it up, and as you can see, the Xbox fits right in here. I have all the cords right here, but essentially you just plug and play, right? It makes it super simple. When I was in high school and stuff, I would take it to the airport with me, plug in at the airport, play in the airport. Super awesome. I absolutely love this thing. However, the monitor quality is subpar. But I think I got this thing in like 2012 maybe? 2011? Yeah, I got this thing a long time ago. So at the time it was insane, and I honestly still use it when I travel and stuff, but it's not nearly as good as an actual monitor. However, this is what I started with. And then I would use my HD60S from Elgato, and I would run it to my MacBook because, again, I didn't really have anything other than a MacBook to run the stream from, and I wanted to make sure that I had a camera on it. So I downloaded Streamlabs. I started on Streamlabs because the UI was much easier to learn than OBS. So I downloaded Streamlabs, I started on Streamlabs, put it on my Mac, set the one thing up after the other, and I had all my scenes set up and everything. Every time I needed to change a scene, I had to go into my Mac, I had to choose the scene, all of that. And then I actually had a Blue Yeti. The Blue Yeti that I got, I don't have the stand. It came with this boom arm, which by the way, I absolutely love this boom arm. I'll tell you what it is in just a moment, but I started with the Blue Yeti as my mic. I'm very fortunate to have already had it. And then camera wise, I started with what I'm recording on now. It's the Canon EOS M50 Mark I, and that's actually, I kept streaming with that until about maybe a month ago. I switched cameras so that I could use this camera to create YouTube videos outside of just from stream. I had a Vanguard from Games, Xbox One X, MacBook. This is a 20, I believe, 19 MacBook. It is a pretty powerful MacBook, I'm not gonna lie. The Blue Yeti and the Canon EOS M50 Mark I. Oh, and the boom arm, this boom arm is called the Blue Compass boom arm. I got you, BB, I got you. So let's talk about my upgrades. The very, very, very first upgrade I made was a monitor. And that monitor is actually still the main monitor that I use today. Alienware 24-inch. Like I said, still use that as my main monitor today. So that was the first upgrade I did. And I streamed with that setup for about a year-ish, I think. And that was like a major, major upgrade. And I saved up, you know, saved up. And I'd like to make a quick note, every upgrade I've made from money from stream. So it's totally possible to upgrade your own stream with money from stream. And like I said, it took me a long time to get the monitor, and I waited until the monitor was on mega sale at Best Buy. And so it really wasn't as much as it is like if you were to just go look it up right now. So that was the very first upgrade I made. I made that upgrade first because I wanted to have a larger screen so that the graphics were better, because taking the graphics from this monitor, it was only 720p, which is fine, but I have the internet to be able to stream in 1080p. So I wanted to make sure that I had a monitor that would allow me to take it in 1080p and also stream it in 1080p, because I have the internet that allows me to do that, and so I wanted to take advantage of that. Also, don't look at my sunburn. Don't look at it. It's bad, okay? I got it. So then my next, and this is honestly the biggest upgrade, and it took me a really long time to make that upgrade, but essentially the next upgrade I made was my PC. And I know that sounds like a lot. I did make my own PC, and the way I upgraded is I would go and I would save up, and I kind of figured out what PC parts that I wanted ahead of time. And then every time I was able to like reach that next piece of whatever that goes in the PC, I would go and buy that. And so, you know, I think I bought the CPU first, and then I think I bought the motherboard, and then I think I bought the case, and then the fans. And so I bought each one bit by one bit until I had everything, and then once I had everything, I made it. And the reason why I chose for the next upgrade to be the PC was because I felt like now I would be able to use Discord better, you know, for stream, to make the audio in stream better. I would be able to play PC games. I would, you know, I just felt like I would be able to manage my stream better. It did. Honestly, I love my PC. Ever since I got a PC, I like don't know why I didn't make the switch earlier, because I've been gaming on my Xbox my entire life. So I love my PC. PC life forever, baby. Next upgrade was a second monitor. And I wanted a second monitor so that I would be able to, oh, actually, I think as soon as I built my PC, I waited to use my PC for stream until I had a second monitor. And so then once I had the second monitor, then I could set it all up so that I switched over to streaming on one PC, and I still have a one PC stream set up. It's working perfectly fine for me. Then that way I have everything on one PC. I can look at chat and Streamlabs and all of that. When I did make the switch from my console to the PC, I ended up switching over to OBS. My PC just really did not like Streamlabs, and I found out that Streamlabs kinda is not awesome. So I switched over to OBS, and I've absolutely loved it. It was definitely a learning curve, but it is just so customizable, which I really, really like, and I really appreciate that aspect of it. So I switched over to OBS. That was the next upgrade. This is like basically going on around the same time, and honestly, I don't know exactly what upgrades were next. I think I went from, I forgot to mention, I had a ring light. I'm actually using the ring light right now to record this video, but that's the lighting I used for this, and it was like a cheap ring light, you know, like just something to light up my face and to give me some type of lighting in that dark, dark cove of death and never returning. Just kidding. It was fine. It was just dark. I just needed some lighting, so I started with that ring light. I have it behind me. At some point, I upgraded to the Elgato key lights. I have 2 of them. One of them I have faced directly towards me over the camera, and then the second one I have faced towards the wall, and that way it kind of like diffuses a little bit more and it's not as harsh on my face, because that one is really just meant to fill in the shadows that I have. I went and got a stream deck. I have just like the regular version, so not the mini, not the large, although I would like the large eventually. I think that would be a really nice upgrade. So I got the stream deck, and that, oh my god, talk about time saving. Hello, Elgato, I love you. You have saved my time endlessly. So if you don't have a stream deck, you need to get y'all booty to Target or Best Buy or Amazon and order that yourself a stream deck. And then I got a third monitor. And then the third monitor, the reason why I got it was I wanted another space so that I could have Discord open to be able to talk to mods, to kind of like check, you know, internet websites or links or whatever that's being sent before I show it on like my main screen and all of that good stuff. And it has been really handy. And for a while I thought I wanted a 4th monitor, but I don't think I do. Okay, next upgrade is not technical. Next upgrade I made was getting an editor. Hello, Amelia. That was my next upgrade. So as soon as I felt like I could consistently pay for an editor, I decided to do that and make that my next upgrade, because that was going to help my stream grow so much more by being able to post YouTube videos. And Amelia just edits YouTube videos, so when I'm talking about like TikToks, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels or whatever, that's like not what I'm talking about. I do that still myself, but these YouTube videos that you see, they're all done by an editor, and that was my next major investment. As soon as I could do it, that's what I did. And I think that honestly is one of the best investments that I could have made, because now it frees up time for me. I didn't have time to edit videos myself, and I knew that it was so vital to grow on other platforms. And while I can make TikToks and I can, you know, do Instagram and all of that stuff, which, you know, girl needs to improve at. However, okay, I've got a game plan going. I'm ready, I'm psyched, I'm prepared. Watch it, I'm about to kill this game. I'm telling you, that's my favorite upgrade. You're amazing. You are. So that's my favorite upgrade, that's the best upgrade. Honestly, if I was gonna give advice to anyone else on what to upgrade, I would consider like what's gonna help you grow more than what is like you want, you know, like, oh, I want a better monitor. Okay, well that can wait. Like I upgraded on my stream based on what is gonna make the biggest impact on my content. Is it gonna be an editor? Is it gonna be a monitor? Is it gonna be better sound, better lighting, all of that stuff? So once I did that, I believe I upgraded my headset, because I realized that, yo girl, I like to move around. I like to dance, you know? I like to And I wanted something cordless. I wanted a little bit of wireless, so I wasn't like tangled up in wires all the time. So I went and got the Astro A50s. So I had the Astro A40s, and then I actually had some Sennheisers, which I loved. And they're still probably my favorite headphones, but they're not wireless, and so I'm no longer using them. I am using the Astro A50s, and I do really, really like them. So I got that, and then I was listening to my VODs, and I realized that my sound wasn't very good, and I really wanted to make sure. I mean, it was good. It was decent. It was decent, right? But I wanted it to be the best. So the next upgrade I made was this bad boy. This guy right here. Okay, so the next upgrade I made was the Shure SM7B and the Go XLR. Again, another big upgrade. Like I said, this has taken the course of maybe 2 years to do, and I refused to pay a dime from, like, you know, money that I made outside of stream on upgrades. Like, I wasn't going to do it, because at the end of the day I said, okay, if it's not gonna be something that I can do full time, I don't wanna be investing my own money that could be invested in stocks or, you know, whatever, right? So I just refused to do that. So this took me probably about 2 years to really upgrade to. So I got the new sound, and that was really, really, really nice. And then I started having issues with my camera. Actually, I didn't start having issues, I just didn't notice until kind of recently. So turns out that the EOS, like the Canon, you know, webcam software that can turn your Canon camera into a webcam, caps it at 720p. And I'm streaming everything else at 1080. And I was sitting there looking at my VODs going, why does my camera look fuzzy? What? And I realized that it's capped at 720p. Ridiculous, ridiculous. So then I waited until I could upgrade my camera to the Sony. I have the Sony Alpha A6100. It's awesome. Because they stopped making it, I did have to buy it, I think refurbished or used or something like that, which was fine. I did pay an arm and a leg for it because I guess everyone just wants them. I don't know, but it was still cheaper than the other ones. So I ended up getting that one and a cam link, and I'm very happy with it. I am now streaming fully in 1080p, which is very exciting. Chef's kiss, is that how you do it? I don't know, but we're gonna go with it. Nod your head and wave, boys. No, that didn't make sense. We're gonna go with it. Just nod. Just nod and smile. Oh, and subscribe. I'll wait. Go ahead, subscribe. Comment down below. Like the video. All right, I'm done waiting. Do it. So that's pretty much how I ordered my upgrades for stream, but here's what I want to show you next. Hello again. Just kidding. So now I wanted to talk about what I'm gonna upgrade. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Exciting stuff, exciting stuff. All right, so here are some of the next upgrades that I am planning on doing. I do want another monitor, and the reason why I want another monitor is because while this one is great and dandy, and honestly, I don't really care about this third monitor because all it does is like look at Discord, you know? So it could be a really crappy monitor, I don't really care. But this monitor doesn't have like one of the backs that can use like one of the monitor stands, and I'd like to have them all on a stand so I can get rid of all these wires. So that is an upgrade I'd like to make. It is probably at the bottom of my list, very bottom, because that's really for me and not for like the stream or content experience. So I don't really care that much about it, I'm not gonna lie. The next few upgrades I'm wanting to make is I want to potentially look into like scheduling apps like Later, Buffer, or Hootsuite, or you know, something like that to help me out with Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts and like Instagram posts, because I really want to make sure that I'm covering all, and Twitter, can't forget Twitter, covering all of my bases with all of the social media platforms. So that's something I'm looking into. Eventually, I would like to have a social media manager who would be able to, like, I can just like make the posts, my content calendar, planner, life dependency app, Notion, which I have a video about. So if you want to watch more about it, you can right there. So I'd like to have a social media manager at some point to be able to kind of post all of that, or maybe an SEO, hire like someone to help me with SEO so that we can make sure that all my videos have all the good SEO inside of them, all of my Instagrams are using the right hashtags, etc. So that's something that I'm really considering. I would also potentially be willing to hire on another editor. Eventually, I want to make another channel and have it be a little bit more vloggy. And that's kind of like just an idea, just a thought, just a thought pimple, you know, thinking, going, Grace, is this something you could pursue? I don't know. It's just a thought. Yo, girl, cannot afford to do any of that right now at all. So I will not be doing that anytime soon. But these are just kind of like my future thoughts, my future plans. I do have a full-length mirror that I would like to put somewhere in my room, and I don't know exactly where I would want it in my room, but just, you know, somewhere. Oh, a major upgrade. And this again, purely for me. This is a for me upgrade, and eventually I'd like to do it. This is my chair. The Secret Lab Titan, size small. All right, I'm a small girl. This chair, I love it. It's a great chair. It's a fabulous chair. I just want something that's a tad more comfortable on my back. Your girl has back problems, all right? And this is a good chair. This is a really good chair. I'm not gonna lie, it is very good. I do really like it. I would recommend it, but it's not something, like, it's something I wanna upgrade though. I would like to maybe try out, I've sat in the Herman Millers and I love them. They feel so good on my back. So eventually I would like to maybe get a Herman Miller chair or something of that same kind of caliber that's just so focused on your back, because I just have back problems. So that would be really handy, especially since I sit on my back all day. Oh, here's another upgrade that I want for stream. This will probably be, I haven't decided how I want to do this because this does affect stream. I would like to get a mini Go XLR. And the reason why is because I would like 8 of these volume control things, and I think it will make life 10 times easier to have like 8 of them. And I heard Harris Heller say this once, and it like ding, ringed a bell in my head. Yes, please, I would like that. So that is something I am very much considering. I haven't pulled the trigger on it. I haven't decided if I want to invest in, you know, a social media manager or this first. I would probably do this first, because this is like an easier one-time payment, kind of get it and go type of situation. However, that is another upgrade I am wanting to make. And the larger stream deck too. The larger stream deck would be nice, but that one is, again, it's probably higher than having a third monitor, but it's very low on my list because I already have a stream deck and it does what I need it to. It's just, I sometimes have to push multiple buttons, which is really not a big deal, you know? So I'm not like majorly concerned about it. I kind of just wait till I have a problem and then upgrade, you know? Yeah, so I guess that's the end of the video. I hope you liked it. Comment, subscribe, do the things. I appreciate you. Bye!